Hello again, this is Scott Howland. I'm coming to you live from the studio bedroom. I'm just discussing for National University, my capstone. We're developing professional development quest portfolios. And for this, based off of the California Teacher Expectations, TPEs, this is for TPE 6, which is development of as a professional educator, with TPE 12, uh, teachers' professional, legal, and ethical obligations, and TPE 13, which is based off of professional growth. This video is mostly for TPE 13, developmental growth. This is the 5-year plan of what I want to be as an educator. I am filming this video on the 15th of October. It's Saturday. It's almost 3 p.m. And where I want to be 5 years from today is much further than where I am today. My goal in the next 2 months is to finish my at National University, finish my master's degree in education with a specialization in best practices. This is the capstone class, so I don't have much to go with that. I should be done within 15 days. And I also want to complete my credential. I still have TPA 4 left to do. I'd like to get that done by my birthday, which is November 6th. I'll be 37. I'm getting up there. I want to get this done and get this finished. With that done, hopefully by my birthday, I would like to apply for credentialhood, become a accredited teacher in the state of California, and hopefully get hired at a school district nearby for spring of 2018. That is my immediate goal over the next 3 to 4 months. Over the summer, in the first year, I wish to have been taught every day, be at school, be well known, be well liked. I wish to, over the summer is where I'm going to do a lot of start working on BITSA, which is how you turn your credential from a provisional credential to a to a permanent credential. That takes 2 years to do, and so that's another goal I want to do in the next 5 years for obvious reasons. But then I also want to be involved in professional development. I like going to conventions. I'm a giant nerd. I go to Comic-Con. I went last year. I've gone multiple years in the past. And I always make sure I go to education. They always seem to have 1 or 2 education panels, and I like going to those. But one of my goals that I want to set for myself in the next 5 years is to not go to a panel, but to be on the panel or have created a panel that I'm giving at the Comic-Con. I think that would be really interesting, and that's something that, as a goal in professional development, that I want to do. The other thing is I like gaming, like Dungeons and Dragons, video gaming, and I can see incorporating that into education as well. So again, how I want to go to Comic-Con and create a panel, I want to go to Gen Con or any other gaming conventions such as Origins that are international in scope, 100,000 people plus, and do a panel on education and how to incorporate those into the classroom. I've had to read many books for education. One of the books I really like is Teach Like a Pirate. It's by Dave Burgess. He's local to San Diego. I'd like to go to a panel or listen to him speak for professional development. I've read the book. I found it to be fascinating, and I think learning more from him would be a great idea. The Art and the Science of Teaching by Robert. You can't really see this, unfortunately, but trust me, it's The Art and Science of Teaching by Robert Marzano. This is another book that's been required to me. It's a comprehensive framework for effective instruction. I think that it was a really good book, and he is someone else I would like to study and learn from. So if he ever has, a panel or a convention where he is speaking, he is someone else I would like to learn from and speak. And the last book that I recommend is by Doug Lemoy. It's called Teach Like a Champion. This is another book that I picked these up relatively cheaply on Amazon. I think I got all 3 books for less than $20 delivered to my door. Not each, but total. And he's another one. He's not local to San Diego, so I'll probably have to travel, or he'll have to come to San Diego to do a education panel. but he is totally someone in the next 5 years I would like to study under and learn from. They're really interesting speaker. Well, I don't know how interesting they are as speakers. I don't think I've ever heard them speak except listen to YouTube videos, which are edited. But those are people that I'd like to hear from in the next 5 years. Another thing I'd like to do to develop is I'd like to incorporate, like I said, I'm a giant nerd, as you can tell just by listening to me. I want to incorporate things along the lines of comic books into the classroom, or anything along literature, fiction into the social studies classroom. Like I've picked up this book on Alexander Hamilton, comic book. The the art and the story aren't exactly stellar winning comic book art, but it has a lot of interesting information. And because of the Hamilton musical, Alexander Hamilton's very popular, so having something like that in the classroom, students might find interesting and want to learn more about. So for the next 5 years, like I was rambling on about, I want to complete my master's degree, become credentialed, get hired, complete my BITSA, become a full-time credentialed instructor, go to create and give a presentation slash panel at a major gaming or comic book convention such as San Diego Comic Con or Gen Con in Indianapolis. Become a national credentialed teacher, which you have to be teaching for 5 years. So this would be one of the last things I would do as a credentialed educator. Go to professional development conventions. I would go to anything that I'm being paid for or the district is paying for me to go. I'd prefer not to have to make initial outlays, but I know that sometimes is not an option. Like I mentioned, three that I really prefer, such as Dave Burgess, Robert Marzano, and Doug Lemov. If I want to learn more from him, I think I should probably know his name. Don't you think? That's a goal that I will want to have in the next 5 years. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'd love to hear from you. Email me, scottdhowland@yahoo.com. Good luck on watching this video and on your continued education career. Thank you, and have a excellent day.